times when you're trying to gain control, if I want to gain control of someone's arm, I got to think about the freedoms of motion, right? So I have a freedom of motion in the wrist, right? Then I got a second freedom of motion in the elbow, right? And I got a third range of motion or freedom of motion in the elbow. If I were to trap their hand, right? Then the wrist can still move, the elbow can still move, the shoulder can still move. So they got 3 degrees of freedom here they can use to fight against my grapple. If I grab right above the wrist and the forearm, they still have 2 degrees of motion that they can fight against my grapple. If I grab above the elbow, now they only have 1 range of motion to try and fight against my grapple. So a lot of the times you see people doing applications on like YouTube and they're trapping right here, right on the wrist. Not above the wrist, they're trapping right on the wrist. So they're leaving them like 2.5 degrees of freedom of motion in the limb. The secret is you should be trapping up here. When you trap up here, they only have 1 degree of freedom here, and then you can pull that whole thing in there to control them. So remember, whenever you're going to grapple in martial arts, you want to